All right, so we're going to go over another side control submission. Again, one that is probably one that you'll learn in the beginning, get really good at it, and probably use it throughout a lot of your jiu-jitsu career. I see a lot of even brown and black belts using this all the time. So this is going to be side control, but we're going to transition to a north-south Kimura from side control. Okay, so I got Dustin down. Now, from here, we talked about what is Dustin. We kind of reviewed this in the last side control one. He wants to frame, and he either wants to be framing on the bottom or he wants to be under. Okay, but he makes the mistake. He either puts the arm over on this side or he puts it on this side. Now, we already went over the stomach crunch arm bar when it put on this side. So now we're going to go over what happens when it goes on this side. Okay, so the beginning is pretty similar. I'm going to slide this nice and deep. Okay, so he's over my right shoulder, so my right arm slides under and gets a collar grip. You know, in Nogi, I can just bitch slap myself. But I get a nice collar grip. I'm still going to knight at the Roxbury in my head. Okay, so I tilt my head in. I don't look at it, I tilt it. And I take my elbow and I bite that down. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to start transitioning to north-south. And it's going to be pretty hard for me. I'm going to start by sprawling out. It's going to be pretty hard for me to go to north-south by going like this. You know, you might have okay success stepping over, but now my hips get high. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take this free hand, and this free hand is going to come and block the hip. And the reason being is if I start to go around, we're just going to go in circles. So I need to take this free hand, and I'm going to go ahead and block this far hip so he can't follow me. Then I take my legs and I sprawl out. That makes it very easy to transition to north-south. Now, one of the key things, and this is north-south in general, not just for this submission, when I go to north-south, I need to keep my head on his waist, on his belt line. Otherwise, if I start to get too high on his upper body, it's going to be very easy for Dustin to escape. So if I go over here, and my head's way down here, he can move his hips, he can do a shoulder roll and take my back. There's a bunch of stuff he can do. So when I rotate, I need to rotate with my head right on his waistline. That makes it much harder. I'm chest to chest. It makes it much harder for Dustin. If he starts to try and bridge or do something, I can use my head to press his hips down. Now, to go into the Kimura, I'm going to start to crowd Dustin. So I bring my leg up, and I'm going to pull him up on his side. So I use this arm that I have trapped. I push this hand over here, his base, and I pull him up on his side. Now, this is a move where you're going to get really friendly with your partners really quick because you need to be literally sitting on top of them. So I take this back leg, I slide it up, and then I'm literally going to be teabagging him. Drop my hips down. Okay, knees together, drop my hips down. If you're nice to your partner, you're out here, he's going to escape all day long. So you gotta be friendly and crowd him. So let's start from the beginning. So I'm here, he puts the arm over, wrap it, okay, get my collar grip, knight at the Roxbury, bite the elbow. Free hand goes and blocks the hips. Sprawl out. Walk to north-south, keeping my head by his hips. Bring the knee up to crowd him and pull him up on his side. Slide the other knee up. If you could trap the far arm with your knee too, that's great. Not always possible. Okay, and then from here I need to drop my hips down to keep them flat. Now from here, Dustin knows his arm is in trouble. I could technically slide up and finish a straight arm bar from here. So most people, what they're going to do is they're going to try and bring their arm down. Now, the nice thing is with my knight at the Roxbury, my head pressure, I control, let's turn a little bit, I control when I let his arm down. If I keep my head pressure nice and tight, he's trying to bring his arm down, he can't. I can feel it, he's trying to bring it down. So all I have to do is slowly slide my head up, and his arm will slide down. So knowing that I can control it, we're going to be slick, and we're going to set up a really fast submission here. So, I'm going to keep that head pressure. My free hand now is going to come up, and I bring it up, and I bring it to the other side of my face. Okay, so I bring it up and I bitch slap the other side. So now I got, see how my hands are crossed like this? That's what I want. Here, bring it up and cross. Now, when I do straighten my head out and he brings his arm down, this is ready to grab the wrist right away. It's right there. Let go of this, grab the other wrist. Now, if I keep the wrist out here and I try and finish the Kimura, he's pretty flexible, right? So what I need to do is I can't just use my arms. I know I look like a bodybuilder and I look really strong, but I'm actually not. So I need to use my body to finish this. So I bring it up to me. I bring it up to my chest, and now that it's straight, and he's at 90 degrees, he's going to be pretty weak here. Whereas down here, he's kind of strong, he's kind of flexible. Bring it to me. Now once it's glued to my chest, all I do to finish is slowly start to turn behind him. Okay, just nice and slow. But up against my chest. You right down there? Suffocating yet?
Yeah. It's Sounds good.
All right, one more, kind of a little bit more full speed. He's got the arm over, trap it, block the hip, sprawl out, walk around to north-south, slide my knee up to crowd him. As I pull him up on his side, okay, pinch my knees, drop my hips. Slowly start to slide up, bring the arm up, slap the hand. He drops the hand down, grab the wrist right away. Grab my other wrist. Bring the arm to me, and then slowly start to rotate behind him. Okay, so that's side control to north-south Kimura.